And we are live. Welcome to our first episode of Reality After Show for Love Island Trouble in Paradise. I am one of your wonderful hosts, Phillip Solomon, and joining me is Seychelle Cordero, both from NBC's Deal or No Deal Island Season 2. We are here to break down everything from Love Island thus far all summer. And what's great is that as they break up, we break it down. So we're going to jump right in there. Seychelle, my love, how are you? How is everything?
I can't lie, everything is absolutely fabulous, and I have a little buzz going right now, so I'm on the moon.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She said, I am not driving on this evening. I'm ready. Okay, great. We love that. All right. So before we jump in, just in case anyone's wondering, what have you been up to since our show finally stopped airing and we stopped being terrorized every Tuesday night?
Well, I've continued being gay.
Fair.
Right. I've continued flying because I'm a flight attendant. Just enjoying my weekends, drinking, smoking a vape or two or three or four or five or six. Being my face, posting the socials, just being that girl.
Always that girl, always and forever will be that girl. It's been a time. We're out here living life. I feel like you are working, you're in it. I love seeing your videos all over social media, you and the amazing, beautiful Ivy. I can't wait to meet her in the real life. All the fun, I guess since the show, I've been doing weird things. I've been doing real weird things. I have been writing for Men's Journal. I had a feature article in Muscle and Fitness magazine. I'm out here trying to make something significant out of this,
I totally get it, honey. Let me ask you something now. You get that 75K check?
I will tell you, as of 2 weeks ago, yes, I did. 2 weeks ago.
Loves it.
So I officially can't do my own taxes next year without going to prison. So I'm gonna make sure that somebody knows. Someone knows how to do it because I don't. It's fine.
Yes.
All right, we are going to jump right in. It has been such a week of just reality TV, everything, even on this day alone. I know this has nothing to do with Love Island at all, but we got supposedly, allegedly, and the rule that I've learned on this is that you can say whatever you want as long as you say allegedly. We do have a cast list for our first group of traders for season 4, and although it is not necessarily Love Island per se, we got some big names going around. Again, allegedly, this is not confirmed, but let me throw it out into the universe. Dorinda Medley, Rob Cesternino, Ian Terry, Tiffany Mitchell, Big Brother, my girl, Natalie Anderson, Monet Exchange. We got some big names. Lisa Rinna, Portia Williams, Candace, Maura from Love Island. We got some big things in here. What are your views on the traders' information that we have received so far?
I'm just really disappointed because I'm not on it.
See, here's the thing, the only thing that would make me happier than watching Dorinda and Portia and Johnny Weir have a conversation is watching them have one with you. I would be thoroughly entertained, honestly.
Honey, I mean, it's genuinely my live streams. I mean, I don't give a fuck at what if for some reason I am hooked up to an IV in a medical institution for eons and eons, please ask me to be on the traders because I will from that bed. Okay, and that's all I care about. But that's how I feel about that. I'm so excited for Portia. Let me ask you a question though. Wasn't different? Who was on the last season? Who was the other bitch with the blonde bob?
I don't know. There's always a few. Not Dorinda. We had Dorinda. We had Dolores, Chanel Ayan. I'm trying to think of all your housewives.
It was, for the love of Christ, who was the one that went home first this season that just passed?
It was her. So they're giving Dorinda another go around.
I guess.
She gets to go play twice, and we didn't even get to go play once.
So she got 2 signing bonuses.
She did. It's important. Yep.
You know what? I want to be a hater, but good for her.
Right? Get that check.
Yeah.
So I know by now we're on episode 7, 8 of Love Island, and you might be asking at home or wherever you get your podcasts or whatever else, why did you wait so long to start? And I'm going to tell you why. After watching last season before we left to head on to our island, you can't really get a feel for the cast episodes 1 through 3. You're trying to figure out the dynamics, who you like, who you don't like. So I feel like right now is a good sweet spot where now we know them, we know the deal, we got stuff to talk about, and we are here with our initial first impressions. Let's talk about it. Let's jump right in. Just in case you are watching this at home or on YouTube or on your smart TV or whatever else, I have a wonderful graphic up here. Thanks to Reality TV Instagram. Thank you so much for this. But let's talk about it. So initially, first impressions, episode number 1. Who is someone that you are super excited about?
Who is somebody that I'm super excited about? Episode 1. The melanated bitches.
Honestly, they came in good.
Right. Like I'm episode 1, it changes as the episodes go on, but episode 1, I'm 100% on Shelly and Olandria's side, especially because I know Olandria is a fellow Gemini, so she could do no wrong in my eyes, honey.
That's fair. I mean, I think that I really and truly love, and I think that like Twitter and the internet was kind of talking about the camaraderie between these 2 women of color immediately. I love to see that. Let me turn the mic down a little bit. Okay, cool. Yeah, I love to see that on the episode. And let me see. Is it me? Is the microphone on somewhere? Okay, cool. I love seeing them come in. I loved Yulisa for like a second. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. But
okay.
I loved her for like a minute.
Legitimately half of a second, but okay.
Yeah. My only thing is Taylor in this long hair and hat. I don't know if I could do it. That was my like episode 1 that I was like, oh, I don't know why we went here.
Honey, I totally swore, and I told my girlfriend this at this point. Like, I'm like, no one's gonna pick you, honey. No one's gonna pick you, doll. Pack your bags, go home. Nobody wants you.
I feel like they tried to recreate last season, and it never happened how they wanted it to.
No shot in hell. Are you kidding me? This season is totally fucking different. I have a hot take on this, though.
Yeah. Okay. Go.
Oh, okay. So the hot take that I heard, I was scrolling through TikTok because I was thinking about it. I'm like, why ain't this season hitting like the last? I don't know. Maybe because I really connected with those bitches, but I don't really know. So some bitch said because there's no like bona fide connections. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's connection seems very tiptoe-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody is for anybody 100%. There's no like loyalty within this. It's extremely, extremely messy throughout. And I was just also like, probably. But however, my take on this was also, this season is definitely giving Gen Z. It really is. Like with Beldasha and Austin, and you know, especially with their commentary or whatever, like I'm just like, this is so, I feel like I'm getting fuck stupefied by what these fucking morons are talking about. Like I felt like it was so damn dumb. That's how I felt.
If anyone over the age of like 30 needed to confirm that they were in their 30s and not in their 20s anymore, this is a great season for that. This is great. This is it. Hold on. Okay. And can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So yeah, if anyone needed to confirm that like this is not it, it's not it. Agree. All right. Let's talk about it for a second. We got a weird, mysterious message on day 2 that she no longer be a part of the cast. And some old video podcasts resurfaced. What are your views on the information you learned?
Of Yulisa?
Yeah.
Damn.
For those of you at home that did not know, she was using some slurs on a podcast. Number one, how did the casting department not come across this, but TikTok and Instagram did almost immediately? That's number one. Number two, why?
Can I ask you a question?
Or
can I vape on this?
Yes.
Oh, I can?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Can you tell me your take first?
Yes. So my take is as both a person of color and someone that is on a large platform, you have to understand the difference between how you approach certain social conversations and situations and how you present yourself on a national platform. That's what I'm going to say. And I think that you have to, like, regardless of the words you want to use, you need to understand that there's going to be repercussions and it doesn't look good and doesn't make everyone feel. Also that.
You know what, Phillip? I'm going to be very honest with you, honey. I think that you said it in the best way. I really do. I'm like, I will totally acknowledge that. I will be honest and say that there's a culture in New York where if you acknowledge your blackness as a Dominican, as an Afro-Latina, as a Puerto Rican, it totally flies. You know what I'm saying? It totally, like, nobody even looks at you different. But I think that we have to acknowledge and understand that there are other people that are not going to understand that. So therefore that's why I'm like, damn, I see faults in it with her saying it openly on a podcast, because she wasn't saying it on the show.
She wasn't. And I'm actually surprised that Peacock did what they did and they pulled her out. The hard part about a show like this is that there's no edit. It's happening. They're there right now. And so Peacock finally saw on social media, the internet or whatever else, and they were like, we need to pull her out of there right now. This is bad. Which, like, I respect it. The idea of like, this doesn't look good for the network. And we know from being under the NBC umbrella, if it doesn't look good for the network, it has to go.
Yeah, I get that as well. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. She wasn't saying it in the villa. If she was walking around talking about, hey, y'all cool with me saying this because this is how I talk. You know, if we saw that and people was on some like, oh, I don't give a fuck, like what do you consider yourself as? And she was on some like, oh, like an Afro-Cuban. Was she Cuban or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an Afro-Cuban or whatever. Like, and they was cool with it. I bet. But she wasn't saying it in the villa, honey.
Yeah, that's rough. Okay, we get our first coupling. Wait, can we talk about Ariana's entrance outfit? Because wow, that one. Who's on her team? Who is on her team? Because they need to dress all of us.
I feel like she needs a better makeup artist.
Really? Okay. That's not bad. Sure. Okay. It's fine.
And maybe just for the first episode. I remember watching about the first episode, and I was like, she could have done a full beat. It's alright.
No, but like, who's her personal trainer? Who's her stylist? Who's doing the wigs? Like, I need answers.
Body's giving, hair's giving, outfit is giving 100%. I want to see her in a fuller beat.
Yeah, totally. So our first coupling, we get Shelly and Austin, Huda and Jeremiah, Bella and Nick, Alandria and Taylor, and Lisa and Ace. I guess it's time to get into Huda and all the things that go along with it. So Huda, for those of you guys that are not aware, is a mother of one. Did they ever say if it was a son or daughter?
Nah.
I believe it's her daughter. I believe, yes. And so with that said, she decides to hold this information until the guy already falls for her. And then she could reveal it to see if he's truly falling for her. Is she setting herself up for a disaster?
150%. Like, if you have a daughter and you're proud of that shit and you're moving in that, like, there should be no reason as to why I can't move into a setting on some, like, yeah, like, I got a fucking kid. Like, for her to sit there and be on some, like, I want to make sure that he's totally completely invested in me. It's manipulation, honey. You know what I'm saying? Even in the way that she delivered the news, you know, like, oh, like, you know, I have a kid. Like, is that okay? Or whatever. Like, it has to be okay because you got a kid, bitch. She's there. She exists. She's moving throughout the world. She's living. She has oxygen in her fucking lungs. So it has to be okay. And for the right motherfucker, it's going to be okay regardless. There are so many men, so many women, period, people that you walk through life and you're some, oh, I got a kid. And they see you moving and exuding confidence and being yourself. And they're just on some, I don't give a fuck. I'll be a stepdaddy. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. But the fact that her whole thing was on some, like, I want to make sure he's totally invested, is complete manipulation. And I can't lie, I would react in the same way as Jeremiah. Like, huh? You got a baby? I don't even like babies. What is babies?
What is babies?
What is baby? What is it?
I think that if I had a child, I would start the conversation with that. Honestly, because that child is not going anywhere. And so if you at that point say, okay, I'm out, then you and I could stop. I'm good now because I know I have to go home to my child. So that makes sense. See, yes, hold on. Let's show the comment. King Cash, do not wait to tell me you got a kid. Now I feel like the bad guy for ejecting you for having a kid in front of all people. Agree completely. Yep.
I mean, honey, I can't lie, King Cash. I mean, you would be like, I'm just on some, like, if I'm, you know, I love women. Okay. I date women, right? Like, I have a girlfriend. If I'm dating a bitch and I meet that hoe on Love Island and I'm into her and that bitch tell me I'm a mom, I'm going to be on some, like, you conniving ass, stupid ass motherfucking bitch. I'm not about to be no fucking stepmother. You laid down, like, you laid down with a man and you had a motherfucking baby.
I have no issue. I have dated people with a child, but I knew up front. I knew initially, and so I had to put myself in a different mindset to be like, oh, we're doing this for real. There's a child involved.
Phillip, you be a stepdaddy?
Yeah, I would. You know I would.
I know that you would.
You know me. I'm like, oh, kids, okay, let's go.
Yeah, no, I know that you would. I would very much be on some, like,
no,
go to the bedroom.
I'm good on that. That's fair. That's fair. Huda, I've done a little bit of research. She is a online personal trainer. She's a weightlifting girly, like not like on the elliptical twice a week, Pilates once a week, like a squats, deadlift, putting up heavy weights girly, which I wish we saw more of on the show.
I mean, I will totally say that her body looks absolutely phenomenal. So when I ran into her socials, I was like, okay, like it totally gives. She's attractive. I can't lie. You know, I don't love a lash extension girly, a strip lash. I'm not personally totally ecstatic about that, especially when they look like this. I'm not crazy about a strip lash that look like that. Let's keep it uniform. Let's keep it cute. Let's keep it nice. Let's keep it classic. Let's keep it uniform. But I will totally acknowledge and say, like, gorge.
I think as far as the makeup is concerned, we have to pick either a statement eyebrow or the lashes. We can't do both. We like can't do both. We're having an argument, and I don't know how to fix it.
I mean, no, it's genuinely totally giving that. One thing I've said this many times on my socials. I hate a lash extension. I don't think she has lash extensions going though. I think she has lash clusters, but they're uneven. So they're very much giving. You know that ride in the. You know that fucking Willy Bonky carnival ride when you go to your town carnival fair and they have those steps where you're like, whoa, whoa, like that.
In the funhouse, yes.
Right, the fun house. The lashes are giving fun house, and that's what I don't respect about it.
Yes, this is a good comparison, Mary. Huda and Jeremiah matching is giving Car Maria and Polly. They're good together, but they're toxic. So you're like, they're good for entertainment value, but like they shouldn't be together long term. Agree. They're so hit or miss. And at the age that we are at, maybe not the age that they are at, your romantic relationship should give you peace of mind. And that is giving me like, it's exciting, but it's also kind of volatile and toxic. And you're like, I'm exhausted also.
Are we sharing everything we think of Huda and Jeremiah now?
I mean, sure, let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, Huda is and that's a T. Because as a woman that dates bitches, again, I'm locked down now. But as a woman that dates bitches, there is nothing more disgusting, and this is very known throughout like the lesbian realm of throwing it all on the table. First date, I want to marry you. I want to have kids. I'll give you $1 million tomorrow, which I'm all for. That's the part that I'll be on board for. But the I want to marry you, I want to have kids, that's what Huda is giving. And it's a turn off, dude. It's a turn off, bro. You know what I'm saying? The fact that like Jeremiah is sitting there on some like, hey, like I think we'll make it to the end, but maybe we might not. Hey, I think we might make it to the end, but if they pull me into casa, I might fuck. She should very much be on some like, no, I totally get that, honey. I mean, yeah, no, I totally get it. Because honestly, like I feel the same. That's hotter. That's sexier. Because you've known the man for 5 days.
I agree. I think that it's so odd that Jeremiah was like, I think we're going to be good. I don't foresee anything taking my attention away. And her be like, what do you mean I think? I'm like, yo, it's been a week, bro. He's saying I can give you all of this, but I can't predict it all. And I think that that's fair. Have you watched the show, Huda? I don't know.
Right. Like it's totally giving she should be on another show. Like it's so sad. Like watching her drown honestly is making me happier.
I just think that if you know that you love to cry, like ugly Kardashian cry, eyelash extensions were not the move. They just weren't the move. They weren't the move. Sorry.
No, they absolutely weren't. And there's also like a video on TikTok where she's like, I would never ask a guy like, do you think I'm pretty? And then she's on the dot com. So I'm like, would you cry for me? He's just, I'm like, nah, shawty, I just met you. But meanwhile, this hoe is bull baby bitch ass fucking crying every fucking day over this man. I can't stand Huda. I'm honestly praying for her downfall. I hope that Jeremiah meets an extreme, and I mean an extreme baddie. I mean the type of bitch that you see throughout the street. You're just like, are you real? holy shit, are you AI? Is this a hologram? I hope that he meets that type of hoe. And I hope that he matches with her and Huda's just sitting there crying on some like Jeremiah. And he's on some like, I don't know, like I told you, like if I really am hoping that that happens. I genuinely wish for nothing good for Huda on Love Island.
Stay tuned, because next on the show we have Huda Live. No, I'm joking.
Bring it.
Come on. Let's
beef.
fine, easy. Okay. Let's talk about Austin. I have very few reality television personalities that make me want to jump into traffic, but Austin, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Wait, that's that white man that's into the Trumpy, nah?
Yeah.
I can't lie to you. And that's what says a lot about this cast. And that's what says a lot about this cast. And that's what says a lot about this cast. And I'll keep repeating. Listen, I'll go. That's what says a lot about this cast. That at this point, I'm on some like Team Austy.
Here's the thing. You guys see Austin, and I'm going to show you what I see. Hold on.
Show us, honey.
This is what I see. I can't figure out who he looks like, a combination of these two, and I can't figure it out. And he looks like a cartoon character come to life. He hasn't said anything super intelligent yet. And him being like, yo, meditation, anything that he has said meditation related has been incorrect so far. I need somebody in the office being like, nope, that's not how you do it.
It's totally blasphemy, honey. It's literally not meditation. It's something that he totally created in his parents' basement at this point. The reason why I'm totally for him is because he's after Shelly, which is a beautiful black queen, right? And we love that. And she's bi. I wish she was a lesbian, but fine, whatever.
Fair.
But the fact that he's sitting there and he's on some like, nah, like Shelly ain't going for that. I'm fighting, whatever. I don't know. It makes me kind of happy. Kind of. I don't know.
There's a conversation between, I want to say, Austin and Bella that I think took years off my life. I couldn't do it.
Oh, honey, it was totally hard to get through. Beldasha, like the things that she'd be saying. And that's the tea. Watching this season, and I've always known this, but I'm just on some like, a lot of times in life, like you meet a really bad bitch and you just simply use your eyesight. If it's good, right? Because if it's good, the Lord granted you with eyesight. Because if not, then you're blind, which I'm so sorry. That really fucking sucks. But if you have eyesight, you're able to be on something like, oh, like she bad. But then you're able to hear the words that come out of her mouth and you're just, I don't condemn the men because I totally get it to look at a bad bitch and be on something like, oh, like you dumb. So I just want fuck. So I'm just gonna lie and shit and tell you what you want to hear because I just want to feel your excrements or however you say in my mouth. Like I get it. Like I totally get it. Like Beldasha is one of those bitches where you're just on some like beautiful gowns, but then you meet the hoe and you're just on some like, do you have a pussy so I could fuck it? Or you don't? Do you have an asshole or a mouth?
I can't. I think here's what's hard. It does speak to kind of America and contemporary American society that after hearing them talk and seeing them interact, the person that has slept with the most people is Austin. And I'm like, oh.
And like honestly, looking at it back, like I kind of get it. Like he's so fucking dumb and stupid that I get my bitches to be on some like, here are my panties. Like, I kind of fucking get it. Which is why I'm just on some, like, this is so telling on who this cast is when I'm sitting here and just, when I'm on some, like, playing my ukulele to Austin, where I'm just like, I'm like, go Austin, like, I'm just on some, like, that is telling.
Okay. I do want to get into the fact that I do want to spill a little tea just based on our like mutual friends here. Fun fact, our friend, Dr. Will, got our other friend, Storm Wilson, on this show. And then Storm got into a relationship and he was like, wait, I can't do it. And like, honestly, thank God. Thank God that Storm is in a much better place because I couldn't watch our friend try and navigate these people.
You know, something I will say for the heterosexuals is I want to see where Storm's at in 6 months. Because that man is in his early 20s.
He's in his like mid-20s.
Mid-20s is early 20s for a man, for a heterosexual man. So I'm just on some like, love Storm to bits and pieces. Love you, Storm. Wish you the best. Hope you get the bitch impregnated. Love y'all. But I'm just on some like, I really want to see where they're at within 6 to 8 months. If they don't last, Storm should have totally been on this season of fucking Love Island, because that man is, and I'm on the same wavelength. Like, I'm like, I posted one little reel and it kind of went viral. So I'm just on some like, oh, like I can like, so I'm posting every day on reels, and so is that man. We're on the same, like, it's me and Storm posting gym talk, lesbian talk, a girlfriend that loves to lift weights, a girlfriend and girlfriend. We're on the same wavelength, but I really want to see if that is gonna last within 6 to 8 months. Again, totally wish them the best. Totally, I'm not a hater by any means necessary. But if it doesn't, Stormy should have totally went on Love Island, honey, because that would have blew you up on levels that is different. You wouldn't have had to work for it.
Like, I'll take it. All right, let's get to the bombshells of it all. All right, we bring in some bombshells. We have yet to really meet new guys. We have Charlie with an accent, so that automatically makes him hotter, I guess. Sierra, Amaya, Hannah. Again, you and I both know from being on the other side of this, they interview and speak to hundreds and thousands of people. And this is where we ended up. This is it. This is
I will be totally honest in saying that I'm a Ciara stan.
Okay, all right.
I think she's absolutely gorgeous. I seen her social. She totally knows how to pull an outfit together. She looks fun. She looks like she's out there living life. I feel like she really exudes confidence from what we're seeing so far. She's totally secure and confident within herself, and I absolutely love that about her. I think she's a hottie, and I really, all good things for Ciara. I really do absolutely love her.
So Amaya, I guess we should just start here. Poor Ace and Amaya. I guess let's get into the ace of it all. I don't know. Do you think that Ace is truly a slow burn individual, or do you think he's just waiting for somebody better or hotter to enter?
Ace is a piece of fucking hot steaming garbage. And I don't mean hot on the terms on like he looks good physically, because I don't think it's even giving that. I think he's a piece of fucking manipulative shit, and I think he knows totally what he's doing. I think it's phenomenal for TV. Keep going, do your thing. I think he's not there for anybody.
Yeah, I can't wrap my brain around what's happening. For him to say, I'm a slow burn, I don't want you to hold my hand or call me a pet name or whatever else. Again, watch the show, Tamar. Are you new? Like, you can't be a slow burn here.
No, like you about to go in Casa next week. What are you gonna do with it? What are you gonna do with the hot oils and the candle and the lubricant and the rose toy?
Do you personally believe that there is space for a slow burn on Love Island?
I do. I do actually. I do believe that works in regards to like Alondria, where she's totally locked into her match. Like, I'm just on some like when there ain't no other bodies there. And I also think that we have to acknowledge the fact that I think a lot of these people, I would say probably everybody at this point, if you don't have a match, you off the show. There's a lot of like tactical kind of strategizing that goes into this. I know that if I were on the show, perhaps I would really be on something like, I like you, I love you, because I want to make it to the end, bitch. I want to get that bread. And when I get that bread, I'm going to convince you as to why I need the whole thing, and I'm going to take the whole thing, and I'm going to leave you high and dry. That's just the type of bitch that I am. So I totally get it as to why people are dragging it. It's so easy to be judgmental and everything like that, and I love that. That's again, that's the type of bitch I am. You know what I'm saying? But if you make it to the end, you get that bread. So I'm like, I have to acknowledge that part of the experience as well.
That's fair. We got a good comment here. I want to know your views on. Do you think that Ace wanted to humble Shelly by picking Amaya?
100,050%.
I don't know why we would play these manipulative games in knowing that like you're on a television show. I think that there are certain things that you can do in the real world because no one's ever gonna like see it, call you out on it, or whatever else. Like we're seeing it. And so for me, I just don't know why we would choose to play that type of emotionally, psychologically manipulative situation and being like, no, we're trying to pit two girls against one another.
I think the thing with dating that a lot of people don't acknowledge and understand is I think more people than less like rejection because it leaves them in the mindset of, well, I'm the best. So why wouldn't they fucking choose me? So in something like this, where he decides to choose Amaya, instead of Shelly, it's a risk, but it's an opening on some like, hey, I made a mistake, but I had a realization, which, let's be honest, worked. Shelly likes Ace. Shelly should not have liked Ace. Shelly should very much have been on some like, well, actually, you chose another bitch. You know what I'm saying? And she came at me during breakfast when you chose our yoga date. So I'm actually connecting with Austin. But let's be honest, Shelly likes Ace, and we all know this, and that's why we're upset about it. You know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of people in dating, like, they would never, no one would ever sit here and say, like, I like rejection. But when somebody gives you a hard time, it gives you something to fight for. And it's manipulative and it's emotional and it's mindset. And I think that it works most of the time. So that's why I believe that he chose Maya over Shelly.
I don't think you're wrong there. What is one lesson you have learned from Gen Z romantic relationships from these episodes so far?
They're not tuning into Shira 7. These girlies really need to tune into Shira 7. She really teaches you how to use these heterosexual men for everything they got in the bank. That's why I would never do good on shows like this, because I would sit there and be on some, like, my first question would be on something like, what do you do? Because you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, if you really, I can't canoodle. I can't give into the nonsense or the antics if I really know we not about to get out here and you can't buy me a Chanel. I really don't give a fuck at this point, because I'm gonna blow up after this regardless, and I'm be able to buy my own Chanel. These bitches is really on here, really die hard looking for straight up love, marriage, and fucking children at 22. Bitch, get back to hoeing.
I think the biggest thing I've learned so far is how men and women can hear a situation, experience it, and not get the same thing out of it. I don't think there's anything on that show that's better than watching two people interact, watching them go back to the boys and the girls and tell two completely different stories of what we watched just happen.
Huda.
I think that it's hard. I want Alandria and Taylor to be Cordell and Serena, but they were another slow burn, and they eventually got together. But do we think that that's going to happen again?
I don't. I saw another hot take on TikTok where people were saying Taylor very much gives that Alondria as his first bad bitch. And I feel like I totally get that. How are you sitting there saying it's hard to get physical with Alondria? She sticks her tongue out 5 seconds before you're about to kiss her. How is that difficult? She's walking around she's the only bitch walking around the villa in a whole G-string thong bikini and full 7-inch stilettos. It is so easy to paint that bitch up. As it should be, because she's giving. And she deserves as such. But here is Taylor walking around with his fucking saddle that he got for a horse that don't exist in fucking Fiji, with his rodeo grip and his fucking hat on, some like, we're just really not connecting sexually. It's you.
I think when you're that young, I feel like I'm not hearing a lot of hard conversations. Like, I feel like even on our show, by day 3, it was no longer, where are you from? What are you doing? Or whatever else. We're like, so like, what are you passionate about? Where, like, I feel like after 25, 26, you start to like ask all the hard shit. And I feel like they're not asking the things that would allow them to be ready for a romantic relationship after the show. If they're not ready, then okay, cool. But the question is, if they're not ready, are they really there for the right reasons? Like, is Ace there for love?
No. It's very much giving, like, at this point, they should very much be asking, like, is your dad still in your life? But here we are talking about, like, oh, this game is giving very much a bags of Skittles. What flavor is it, bitch? Because if it's lime lemon, I don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah, no, I want to hear all the hard things. Where'd you go to school? Are your parents still together? Why can't your uncle live within 10 miles of an elementary school? Like, I want answers immediately. Right. I want it.
But Huda up on something like, no, because I see us like 10 days from now, like living together. Do you know this man's, what is it called?
Last name? Does you know
last name, or what is it called in the prison system? Like your prisoner history?
Oh, God.
Like, you don't know if this motherfucker was in a relationship with his little sister. And you sitting up here on some like, I want you to move in. And he's on some like, actually, no, I'm going to live in another state first. You fucking sick bitch.
And poor Jeremiah is trying to like reel it in. And he's like, what if I just move to the same city? And we just see how that goes.
And she's on some like, oh, like, hold me like you did. Hold me like you used to hold me, Jeremiah. Hold me.
Hold me like you held me 3 days ago. Because that's when we met. And I can't do it.
I'd rather be kicked off the show. I genuinely, 7 days in, I'd rather be kicked off the show than to sit there and throw my arms around that bitch waist on something like, this is how I used to hold you, baby girl. I can't do it. I get it, Jeremiah. I get it, honey.
I feel like it's so telling that the most passionate, like, romantic connection we've seen so far has been between Shelly and Sierra. So here we are.
You know I love a gay island.
It's true. It's true. If there is one, you're like, I'm going. That's fine.
Right. Like, I want that. I would love that nothing more than for them to leave the island together. Do I think that's going to happen? Absolutely not. I would be, I would just be totally ecstatic. I would love that for both of them. But in the way that even Sierra is totally patient. I don't even know what her man's name is. I don't even remember. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care to know. All I know is that he's light-skinned with curls from the mountains of Caucasus, which is totally fine for him. I get it, but no, I actually don't get it. Let me take that back. But the fact that you're sitting there on some like, I know that you kissed another girl on the same day as me, but just like next time, tell me because I'm not gonna hold it against you. At that point, I'm just on some like, just make it to the end, bitch.
I think you would have been playing it for the game, and you know me.
For sure.
You know me. I would have been like, "Here's my mom's ring," and you're like, "Put that away." Like that's why I love us together because I would be like, "My great grandmother gave me this ring," and you'd be like, "Put that away. Put it away. Put it away."
No, I'm telling you right now, Philip, you would have been there cooking pancakes and shit, and I would have been on some like, I'm not cooking pancakes to a motherfucker, so I'm waiting on my pancakes. I'm not now cook, bitch. I'm not domesticated in any fucking sort of the fucking word. Cook my pancakes.
Just because you're you. Speaking of Sierra and her man Nicholas, we know from being out on an island and being on camera and stuff, it gets hot, but like the boy's skin is not having it. The skin is exploding, like it's not having it. I know you saw that like pimple and you were like, wait, we have to resolve this.
I mean, I didn't because it totally gives, again, for the heterosexual man. Like, I was on an island with you for a fucking month and I didn't see one fucking pimple raise. And I get it. Like, you know the vibes. It totally gives that a heterosexual man will sit up there with pizza face on some like, hey, want to go for a chat? Totally gives.
I never have to hear anyone say, can I pull you for a chat? Because it's such a weird, awkward expression where, like, it does work on Love Island UK. I watch those. And because they normally use that, it's fine. But in America, it sounds weird. It like sounds weird.
It sounds totally rehearsed. It sounds ridiculous. Like I feel like again, if I was on an island, they were like, "Oh, can I pull you for a chat?" I'd be like, "Can we chat about stocks, bonds?
Can we chat about why your uncle can't live within 10 miles of an elementary school?" Like, I want answers. I want it immediately.
Can we chat about why you don't have veneers yet?
I mean, the start of every season for Love Island USA, and I watch them all. It's hard. So I knew that breaking down these first like few episodes was going to be rough. But I will say it will get better. It'll come together. It does make me miss. Remember that show on MTV? Are You the One?
You're gonna literally pin me to a cross and let me to burn. I don't.
Okay, so the last season of Are You the One? They could have been matched with either a guy or a girl. The entire cast was like sexually fluid. And like it made for such an interesting dynamic that I was like, yeah, we need to get back to this because none of these couples are doing what couples should be doing.
No, not at all.
There's no hand-holding, cuddling, romantic dates. Their romantic date was on what, a water slide, and it was weird.
They were on a water slide in Fiji, and it was still weird. Tell me it ain't you without telling me it ain't you.
They went to an island surrounded by water, and they said, what should we do? A water slide. I was like, yo, but why?
Right, water slide and cry. Hold me like you held me. Hold me like you held me. I would be on the beach every night smoking a cigarette that I stole from one of the crew members. The cameraman. This is the life. Fuck these chats. Fuck these connections. This is the life.
Y'all, here's what you missed. Behind the scenes of Deal No Deal Island Season 2. We're all out there screaming, yelling, crying, sweating, fighting for our life. Seychelle, if there was a cameraman, a sound guy, yo, you got a cigarette? You got a vape? I'm like, girl, I'm like, can you stay focused? I just need one. It'll help calm me down. And like, they didn't air it, but it was hilarious every time.
Yeah, I wasn't worthy of the money. I really wasn't. I really wasn't. I really did. Like, even when I got the call, like, hey, you're gonna be on the show. I was like, okay, like, cool, free vacation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, I was bumming vape. I remember when when the cast gave me their vape, and I ran into the middle of the woods, like behind a tree, like behind the howler monkeys and the spiders and shit. I was like, and he finally found me. He was like, all right, like, enough, like, stop.
Austin and the meditation date, in looking at the comments, was the most cringe-worthy thing I think I've seen in 7 episodes. Almost as cringy as the men brought STDs to America from having sex with animals. That conversation blew my whole mind, but we'll leave that for now. All right now, in just kind of seeing where we're at, in just looking at like the cast as a whole, who right now, episode 7, episode 8, I need you to pick like your favorite and then your least favorite right now.
My favorite right now is Sierra. My least favorite is Huda.
Ooh, okay. I have to say, and this is a hot take, unpopular opinion, Huda is probably my favorite because I watch enough reality TV to know she's gonna make this show move. Whether you love her or hate her, you're gonna feel strongly. And you and I both know the name of the game in reality TV is to make the show happen. And she's gonna make the show happen.
Okay.
I don't think I'd hang out with her per se, but I understand on the show, she's gonna make things move.
Okay.
I know. What you and I would not give for one more Love Island season 6. Fuck, I know. But don't worry, we get them back too, so it's fine. Right, easy.
Who's your least favorite?
Ooh, probably Charlie, because as for everyone else, I forgot he was there. I still don't think I just don't know why you would go through that many rounds of interviews. Potentially, take a leave of absence from your job, do all this stuff, and then show up and not have main character energy. I can say that because you and I both went to a weird, unfamiliar environment and woke up by day 3 and we were like, "Would we be main characters?" Okay, so like I don't understand why you would do anything else. I don't get it.
I respect his game. He's playing it safe. He has a connection right now. If I had a connection that was going fine, I'm riding that bitch out. I want to make it to the end. I want to win. I don't want to find love. I want to win. So I get it. So I hope I don't care, but I'm like, okay, cool. Good for you, Charlie.
Poor Charlie. All right. So we are officially working our way into week 2. We're here. There was a lot of positivity, negativity, but again, we're assuming as we get to know them, we're going to love them just like we did a year ago. Heads up, in 1 month from like the end of this week, we go on a flight. Heads up.
We're what?
In 1 month from right around now, it'll be a year since we like hopped on a flight.
No, you're right. That's so crazy to think of. Like, I can't lie. Like, I already have some beef with season 3.
You're like, I don't even know them and I don't like them.
Not following a soul. I literally don't care. Leave me alone. You have to DM me 80 times before I follow you back. And I all wanted to say, Hail Queen Seychelle. And then I'll be like, all right, fine.
Listen, I heard a rumor they're going to get renewed for season 3 and they're going to call you to go right back there. Are you in?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, you are. All right. All right, everyone, stay with it. Islanders, friends, countrymen, whatever. Join us next week. We're going to go through the next batch of episodes. We'll have more opinions, more hot takes, all that other stuff. In the meantime, thank you for tuning into Reality After Show. If anyone needs to find you on social media, where can they find you, my love?
Oh, say at TikTok. I make phenomenal TikToks with me and my girlfriend. I'm almost at 100,000 followers. So for the love of God, get over there and fucking follow me. And follow me on Instagram, because I'm gonna start to get paid for reels on Facebook too. So add to my views. It's Sadousan. It's sexy in French with an X at the end.
Oh, she's European. Okay, cool, great.
Hey, I'm giving Destination X.
Okay, also, are you watching that one too?
You know that I was originally casted for that.
I did an interview for that.
Me too. And they asked me, they were like, "Oh, would you figure it out?" And I was like, "No."
No.
They were like, "Seychelle, would you find out where you were?" And I was like, "No." And I remember her asking me, "What do you like? Wait, what do you mean why?" And I was like, "Because I don't know." But I've guessed every single location right so far.
I've gotten them all wrong. And during my audition, they were like, "How good are you at travel and geography?" And I was like, "I'm stupid as hell. I don't know." And then I never got called back after that. But then I got the Deal or No Deal Island call like a couple of weeks after that. I was like, "Okay, I'm fine."
Yeah, no, same. They called me and they were like, "We want you for Destination X." And I was like, "Okay, great." And they're like, "Can you figure out where you are in the world?" And I was like, "No." And I said, "But you're a flight attendant." And I was like, "Oh." And like a couple days later, they were like, "Never mind. We're going to put you on this other show." And I was like, "Okay."
You're like, "Just tell me. I already packed the makeup and skincare. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where I go. That's fine. Fine."
Yeah, I'll go. I don't care.
As long as we got to go, and we got to have a good time and find one another, that's all that counts. So, with that said, Trouble in Paradise, episode 1, Love Island recap. We're going to bring it to a close. In the meantime, you can find me on social media at Phillip Solomon _. We've had a slight change in the branding of it all. But we're here. We're ready to do it with you each and every week, and we will see you next week. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, and like and subscribe. Peace out.
Later.